isn't a pineapple under the sea.
SpongeBob SquarePants!
Absorbent and yellow and porous is he.
What is up guys, my name is SubZeroExtabyte and today we have got another one of these videos. Yes, we are going to fight each other who is going to have the more amazing house, and today my boy Steve with the big eyes has chosen to make a SLENDERMAN house and your boy SubZero has chosen to make some kind of SpongeBob house, so overall it is just going to be great. So, let's get right into the video where we are going to have a really big competition to who can build the better house and we just put down some signs so the contenders know where they should build. And you can already begin if you want mate, and I am going to start with SpongeBob house very soon, so let's just go ahead and start with arranging all of these blocks that we need to build stuff within with this sign that is done, so we also know where we should build, and then we have some blocks that we can build with. That would be quite nice. And now that is all out of the way, we can now start with our masterpiece that is going to be the one and only SpongeBob, as all of you guys probably know. And I know that the man has a really handsome suit and tie kind of thing, and overall, he is just a really cool guy, so we have to make his body like just fantastic in it. Yes. But how are we going to do that? I don't know, but we are just going to make him as best as I can remember from my memory. So now we can really start. Let's take all of the blocks that we think that we are going to need, and then it is going to be fantastic since I think that I am going to win. SpongeBob is overall just way more cool than SLENDERMAN if you would ask me, since SpongeBob is all cute and SLENDERMAN is all tall and he does stuff that is not really cool. So my friend Steve with the big eyes has to make that, and we just need to make a really friendly creature that is a sponge, which is just fantastic. And I think that if I build a house out of sponge that would just be a bit overpowered, but at least we are going to make it so that SpongeBob is going to be really cool from the outside and the inside, which is going to be really important since the inside of SpongeBob has to count as well as the outside. We have got all of the blocks, so let's go ahead and make his body kind of shape and all of that from the outside, and then we can make it into a square kind of shape since SpongeBob is obviously a sponge and sponges are square. When we are done with that, then we can start doing the insides, and then it is going to be really cool. I hope that we are going to succeed in winning from this pleb that is Steve with his creation of SLENDERMAN, which is not going to be that hard I think, since we are SubZeroExtabyte and all of that. And not to forget that we are making a SpongeBob house which is totally going to rock. I don't think that is going to be really hard. We just have to make him a bit more like very well square, since the squareness of your body makes you the man. And we have got an arch out of his body shape and I think also his head, so let's fix that with some more blocks and then it is going to look really good. Some more skin color in there so the man can actually be a man. That is quite important if he wants to keep chilling with his homeboy Patrick, since Patrick is just going to be an amazing dude and he already is low. What am I saying? Patrick is the most amazing starfish that there is, but I was not happy with his skin thing, or am it? And I think that I screwed up the proportions of his body just a tiny little bit, and we have to add an arm in there since we didn't do that before, and then it should be fixed, right? I am not sure if it is fixed now, but I guess so. That is just fantastic. Now he can start doing all kinds of stuff with his right arm while we are making the rest of his entire body with the skin stuff that is actually sponge. And it seems like my good friend Steve with the big eyes is already pretty far with this kind of design that he is going to rock for his house, but we are going to win from him anyway, so that is just fantastic. He chose to make his house out of like more of an entire skin of SLENDERMAN, which is not smart, because if he is going to do that for the entire time, then I think the madman is going to run out of time, since he has to make SLENDERMAN really amazing looking if he wants to win, since my SpongeBob is already so cool as it is right now with his second arm in installment, and this is just going to be amazing. But now we kind of already have better shape of his entire face and body, so now we can continue with making the rest of his face, which is also going to be his nose, and then he is just going to look like he is at the maker of Pinocchio and he needs to lie to the madman. But that is now what is happening, since his eyes and his mouth and all of that are not yet in there, so it is going to look a whole lot better when that is all in, and we are working on that, so that is just fantastic. But we are also going to add in his amazing looking 2 teeth in, I guess, and then we can start with the handsome man, his tight tuxedo kind of thing. Then he is going to look really fantastic and well suited. So right now we already have like the holes and all of that in, so that is just great. Then we can start with even more holes, since this man has a lot of holes and he looks quite well with all of these glass holes, which is just a revolutionary idea from me. If I have to be honest, I do say so myself. But the question that I should ask myself is, where am I going to put the door entrance? I am not sure what I should do with that. I guess we could always just not have a door or something with like a ladder that would go up. We only have his legs that are connected to the ground though, which is going to be a bit of a waste, but I don't know, that is going to be a little problem. But the thing is that some problem like that is not going to be our problem right now, since we are not yet done with him entirely, but that is soon going to change, since he is looking really good with his nice nose and of course his hole that we have added in there from the inside, like a total boss, just like SpongeBob himself. And my good friend Steve with the big eyes is also putting some work in, so that is also pretty nice, since we are going to have some really good competition then. But we are going to put the door just right up his leg, I guess. Like it is something that you just kind of need to understand if there are a lot of ladders attached to his legs. Yes, it seems like we can now attach some eyes to the madman, his head, I guess. But you might be wondering what kind of masterpiece your boy Sub is making at the moment. And I'm just making a really casual looking, amazing looking SpongeBob at the same time, so that is really cool. And I am not going to have a layer in his like area that his sponge thing is at, and I can make another area, but I am for sure going to have an upper layer and maybe a layer above that, which is then going to be some kind of balcony, but then on top of his head, so I guess it is going to be a roof balcony or something like that. I don't know, but we are going to see. But the entrance is already in and he is looking really happy with the entrance, so that is just fantastic, since it is in a really difficult place I could imagine. Now we can go ahead and install the inside for a bit that we are going to have, since we do need a way to have it so that the inside looks really amazing, since I don't think that Steve's inside is going to look amazing like ours. We are going to take a lot of points with this, I am sure of that one, but it is looking really odd like this. Yes, you could imagine that I am talking about the entrance to the main layer. But I guess that if we just ignore this whole thing, it looks really great, and you won't notice a thing that these ladders are actually here, so that is just fantastic. Let's go ahead and make the inside really amazing with all of these holes that are in SpongeBob, since he is a sponge, and we have got this revolutionary idea, as I already said, of his holes, since we need some natural light to light the house for a bit, which just looks amazing when it is going to be day, and only then we can start with making the whole house from the inside. Wait, no, that is what we are doing right now. Never mind then. I guess that was a stupid thing to say, because if your outside isn't done, how are you going to make the inside? I don't know, I guess you are not going to make the inside then, which we are doing a really good job on right now. In the meantime, our good friend named Steve with really big eyes, who always looks shook, is just making his house as well, and it seems like he is not really that far in as we are at the moment, but I guess that slow and steady might just win the race. And we have got Patrick to help us out with this really epic contest. Wait, what? Where is Patrick? Oh no, that was just something I said to scare Steve away, since he is paying really close attention to this masterpiece, I could imagine. But we are almost done with the inside, guys. Don't worry about that. Just worry about the outside for a bit in a minute, since I am not sure what I should put out there yet, but I think that it is going to be just fine and all of that, so that is going to be really cool. And now we just need to make the inside even better, since we could use some improvements right now, so that it doesn't show that it is actually really empty inside, and that the thing is that we actually barely have anything inside, but it is going to look like the inside is going to be something. You could say that I am playing tricks on all of the people that are going to come and visit my amazing SpongeBob looking house, but the outside is just all basically skin and holes. So that is something that is not really easy to fix, and I don't think that my friend Steve is going to be that difficult to struggle with. He should have just chilled with his head and just not look like that. Wait, what am I talking about? I don't even know what I am talking about anymore. But I guess we just dig further into the design inside of our house, because now we are winning the house contest if we keep this good job up, which we are doing quite a good job on if you would ask me. I am almost done with the inside of the house, which I have done a banger of a job job on if you would ask me. So then the most exciting part of this entire video can begin. We are going to start in making the outside of the really amazing SpongeBob house. So, let's put in some more stuff so we can make a little living room look even better than it looked like before, because I think that we deserve that at this very moment, since we worked really hard on this and it was actually really amazing to do that, which is just fantastic. So, as you guys can see, the outside of my SpongeBob house looks absolutely banging, and if we look at our good friend over here who is putting in some really quality work, it looks quite amazing as well. So that is kind of alright if you would ask me, and he even has a little entrance in his hand, which is actually a really cool idea, which we can actually do since we have a character that his legs are really thin and we have to go up those legs to go inside. But our house is way cooler if you would ask me. I think this book thing is quite amazing though. SpongeBob has this inside his pineapple house though. I am not saying that his library is bad, but I mean SpongeBob is always better at everything everyone will ever do on this planet. We are back at our good friend his ladder system that goes inside his butt, which is actually just also a revolutionary idea. And now the insides are just banging if you would ask me, and just look at the design of all the stuff that I have brought in. The SlenderMan, his house is still just kind of really empty, so that is not really good from him. Meanwhile, we have got an entire different level for our bed in here, and we have got some green banners and all of that. But I think, yes, the time has come for the most amazing part of the entire house. We are going to make a bit of a balcony on top of our main man SpongeBob himself. And we can live on top of his head if we really wanted. That I am going to build right now. So that is just going to be great, since his head is actually really great, and now we are making his head even greater. Overall, this is all just madness what we are making, and our little floors we have got on his head is also just standard SpongeBob stuff, but it is looking really good, which is once again just fantastic. But we now have all of the fence things put in, so that is just great. Now we can start. Let's start with all of this. So now that we have got the fence things done and the torches in here as well, it is already looking really great. But it is finally time that we can now start with our expansion of all of the fences, which we are doing right now, which is just great, since it is not actually an expansion, but it is a minor non-expansion, since it got a bit smaller as we kind of made his head just a little bit too big. From here there are so many opportunities. We can do all sorts of things, and we could do anything we would like. So, we are just going to start with some of the essentials, which are the banners and the crams that we are going to put up here on this madman his head, because that is important, and all of that. Also a little cheeky chest, because why not? We can also just throw in some furnaces and a crafting table up here so we can truly live on his head. But we also have got some inside jobs to do, and I think that it is just going to look absolutely stunning when we are done, which is kind of about now if I have to be honest. But now the time has come that we are going to visit our good friend his house that he has worked quite hard on, if I think so. And I think so. So, this man has worked hard on this, and I think that it is a really good idea that he did, since he doesn't have the struggle that we had with the entrance. He just placed some iron doors in an already white wall surface thing, which is actually really smart from the man, which I didn't really expect. But you can't just say that my SpongeBob thing has lost just yet, since my house is just a banger. But you can't deny that this house looks really well as well. Oh wait, that was kind of weird. But what is our main man Steve doing right now? Once again, this man looks really shook to see us, and he just kind of saw us and then switched some blocks, and he just ran away like he does this on a normal basis, which is just really weird since he doesn't do that on a normal basis. Yeah, his house is pretty dope, but it is more a bit of pixel art, since he just kind of has the head not even done and he only had the arms and the main body done right now. I am not sure what he is doing right now with the black wool. Oh wait, is that the tentacle things that SlenderMan uses? Or what is this madman doing right here right now? I don't know, but it is low-key kind of weird if I have to be honest with all of you guys. Well, while he is going to do his tentacle stuff, I am just going to low-key do some torch stuff, since he likes the things that give him light. I mean, of course you have to be low-key when you are living in a SlenderMan house, but he has the tentacles sticking out to like Tokyo or something, which is really far away, but it was just something that I used as like a measurement system. Since Tokyo is really far away, and I personally think that the tentacles are just really long, but maybe that is just part of the design. I can't judge on that stuff right now, but I am still judging. So what am I saying? Well, I don't really know what I am saying. All I am saying is that Steve made a pretty cool house. I think that he surprised me for a bit with this nice house. Well, the thing about this is that it is not really a house, as I already said. It is more like pixel art, but still it is a really nice idea and it looks quite alright like this. Not like his tentacle that he made on the right side. Hey, that thing just kind of is a bit too big if you would ask me. But yeah guys, I hope that all of you enjoyed watching this video where me and Mr. Steve have both built some masterpieces, and I would like for all of you to go down below and let me know which house you think looks better, and you guys can comment, and I would recommend making one comment where the people like the comment, and then you would have one comment that says SpongeBob, which would be mine, and one saying SLENDERMAN. Then the one with the most likes wins.